By erasing these materials from local access, they ensured that future generations would be severed from Mills's history. The removal of these assets extracted value from the school while leaving the institution hollowed out. So you tell me why Hillman's leadership followed a consistent pattern of undermining Mills College at every turn, gutting departments, dismissing key faculty, reducing opportunities for academic advancement, ignoring every resource available like the Taproot Foundation or such as, God forbidding, reinstituting the incredibly successful alumni admissions recruitment program and effective marketing strategies, pushing a failure narrative to justify dismantling the college. And for what? To make the Bay Area look like some kind of a chump for some international crypto globy fraud scheme? Listen, I know I sound crazy, but why would anyone believe me? Don't believe... Hey! Knock it off! Don't believe Northeastern University. None of this was random. These were calculated moves designed to eliminate Mills's ability to remain competitive in the academic world, making it easier for Northeastern to step in with minimal resistance. The effects of these decisions were deeply felt, both financially and academically. Regarding academics, Hillman's actions devalued Mills, causing enrollment to plummet, and despite only providing unsubstantiated claims of financial distress, assets were liquidated, the endowment was undervalued, the offshore accounts were allegedly linked to Mills's financial history. And yet what hurts the most is that many alumni, myself included, were initially enamored with Hillman, giving her, which was at the time, well-deserved benefit of the doubt. Hillman's shifting narratives left the community confused and uncertain, many leading to question many oh man. Hillman This is hard right now, but I just want to get it done. I'm so tired. Okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Okay. Don't even get me started. You fuck my wife? I am your wife. I am your wife and I fucked her. That's what got me started. The moment when I got started would definitely be definitely be when I fucked your wife. Hillman's shifting narratives left the community confused and uncertain, leading many to question the transparency of the administration. But her constant concern and lack of enthusiasm for Mills's strengths that allowed her to gaslight the community is a tactic reminiscent of the 45th returning resident of the White House. Hey, sorry, not sorry. It calls them like I see them. I mean, having a badass gay Air Force member as president of one of the most progressive universities at the time felt so right. But she wasn't supposed to be working for Agent Orange. On the other side, objection, inflammatory, leading, witness, whatever. I don't care if you allow it, Your Honor. Listen! I've played Phoenix Wright, and I know Dimension 20 Fantasy High back to front. I don't care who you are. You don't want to mess with this conspiracy nut. I will confuse you so profoundly, so quickly, and so easily, and so fast. No, I promise you, you don't understand. It's not something that's in my control. It's the only defense mechanism I have. By eliminating core programs, ones that defined Mills for more than a century, she made the institution less valuable to its students and stakeholders while keeping it lucrative for an acquisition. In spite of its outward enthusiasm for Mills's social justice mission, I'm starting to think that Northeastern never had any interest in preserving Mills's academic legacy or empowering women. Northeastern's actions resulted in Mills losing much of his academic legacy, raising concerns about their true priorities. Their target was always its real estate and other assets. Hillman's tactics systematically weakened Mills, paving the way for Northeastern's hostile takeover. Through corporate sabotage, asset stripping, and value destruction, she orchestrated the sale of Mills College, not to protect its mission, but to benefit herself and Northeastern. And oh yeah, who else? Any top dog asshole you can think of. I don't care what side of the aisle any of you lunatics are on. Yes, that one. Hillman's actions suggest a pattern that raises serious questions about her intentions. Did Hillman take this job in good faith? Did she make this deal in bad faith? Many in the Mills community felt understandably betrayed by Many in the Mills community felt understandably betrayed by Hillman's decisions, seeing them as a deliberate path to a sale rather than an effort to save the college. But this wasn't just poor leadership. It was a textbook case of mismanagement benefiting everyone except the school. Hillman running Mills College was like putting an arsonist in charge of the National Park Service. I mean, if this were a corporate crime movie, this would be the part where the executives set the place on fire and say, "Check, please." Even though the official language called this a quote-unquote merger, the consensual doublespeak of Mills' acquisition by Northeastern was always designed to mask a hostile takeover. I'm only on page 18. Jesus fucking Christ. Northeastern's growing involvement in defense research raises ethical questions about the intersection of academia and military funding. But the connections between Northeastern and the military don't stop at Hillman. I mean, But how long and how deeply has Northeastern been in love with the police and military-industrial partnerships? Northeastern has cultivated extensive partnerships with defense agencies, raising questions about the intersection of military collaboration and higher education, putting a new spin on putting a new spin on putting where was I? Northeastern has cultivated extensive partnerships with defense agencies, raising questions about the intersection of military collaboration and higher education, putting a new spin on liberal arts. Because why analyze Moby Dick when you can also learn corporate sabotage? It's English lit with a minor in war crimes. Who else knew the actual original true and correct idiom was the pen is mighty, but crime pays better? They didn't teach that at Mills. What, they did? And you didn't tell me? Oh, right. The signal jammers, duh. Sorry, my bad. Silly me. I keep forgetting my tin hat. Oh, no. Did I leave it at Mills? Oh, well, no big deal. I mean, I have another one. It's just not as comfortable. In 2019, Northeastern University unveiled its state-of-the-art drone facility at the Innovation Campus in Burlington, Massachusetts, funded by the U.S. Navy Office of Naval Research. The cost is In 2019, Northeastern University unveiled its state-of-the-art drone research facility at the Innovation Campus in Burlington, Massachusetts, funded by the U.S. Navy Office of Naval Research, the Costas Research Institute / Northeastern University Expeditionary Cyber Unmanned Aerial System Research and Development Facility, the first of its kind in the U.S. It's dedicated to advancing drone warfare and cybersecurity, built with a $2.8 million grant from the Air Force Life Cycle Management Center, as if we needed another reason to not trust the alleged man named, allegedly, Michael Costa, who, to be clear, is probably not allegedly involved in any alleged drone-related alleged warfare, unless he's moonlighting as a defense contractor between comedy gigs, in which case, allegedly, sir, allegedly explain yourself. During the unveiling, military and academic leaders attended live demonstrations, solidifying Northeastern's seemingly increasingly and strangely normalized alignment with defense agencies. Their growing presence in national security raises unsettling questions about the intersection of military collaboration and higher education. So what I'm hearing is, if liberal colleges want to survive in this brave new world, maybe it's time for a new motto. Think critically, unless you're an administrator looking for plausible deniability. With Northeastern diving into defense research and education budgets circling the drain, the future of the Department of Education is clear. Cybersecurity and the art of drinking bleach, or the art of drowning in my student loans, but at least I'm drowning with my parents. What we have here is a masterclass in the slow, deliberate destruction of an institution, and not just any institution, a women's college with a legacy of resistance. What I'm telling you is that Beth Hillman, a former Air Force war strategy connoisseur, allegedly went out of her way and used her alleged strategic bombing skills to allegedly take out a liberal arts college for what? For alleged fun? I wish I allegedly knew. This is like if The Godfather and Dr. Strangelove had a baby, but instead of mob ties, you put a baby in charge of our nuclear code. Oh, wait, sorry. Not to be overly sensitive, but some of us libtards, might have been a little too soon. Which, by the way, if I was a handwritten Mozart manuscript, I'd want to be sold for more than $10 million. You know, I don't know much about corporate sabotage, but I mean, if you're selling priceless artifacts for pennies on the dollar, you've gotta be. I mean, I wish I was joking. So what? So Hillman was basically a sleeper agent for corporate interests, and she executed a flawless long con on an entire institution? Impressive. Terrifying, but impressive. You know, it's basically like, you know, in Star Trek Odyssey, I think it's the episode Riva Las Vegas, where Brennan says it's basically like you walk into a telephone booth and sell years off your life by running in place so that you can have just enough money to turn your life around and walk right back into the casino so that you can keep gambling because that's what's important. Bravo, Beth Hillman. Higher ed is uncharted, unregulated territory for neoliberal terraforming. So, Hillman, I guess that means you're a pioneer. Again, I'm not trying to make anybody look any type of way. It's a bold strategy in theory. But when your strategy involves cutting beloved academic programs and beloved tenured professors and selling off priceless, rare cultural assets for next to nothing, you've crossed into... well, let's just say it doesn't look good. I mean, this is a masterclass in what? How not to lead a college? I mean, what am I saying? She's not a sleeper agent. That would be crazy. But can someone just clarify for me? Is this a CIA thriller or just an overly complicated and completely boring case of gross administrative negligence? I mean, what did we think was going to happen? Hiring Hillman? That's like giving a raccoon your house keys and a flamethrower and acting surprised when your house is gone. This is a strategy only taught in the anti-leadership textbook, and I would know because I took that class at Mills. Look, I've seen some questionable tactics. I mean, I drive my brother crazy when we play Dungeons and Dragons, but did she really have to go out of her way to be an expert in corporate sabotage? That's like putting a shark in charge of SeaWorld and being shocked when all the dolphins disappear. You don't get that luxury. So she bombed a college. But instead of an explosion, it was just an underfunded library and a canceled dance program, so nobody cared? And then she sold off the Mozart and Shakespeare because... So what exactly did this Matrix Hillman cooked up look like? She basically called Mozart, and I quote, a jalopy lemon with cheese for legs instead of wheels. Ladies and gentlemen, do not stare too closely into the eyes of the jalopy cheese boy, for if you look too long into his dairy Swiss pupils, you will hear, and I do mean hear, the curvature of the earth. Unless, of course, you don't believe in that sort of thing. No, we completely understand that. Oh, and this is important, you will still re-experience your own birth through the mind of yourself as an adult for the first time again. You won't know where, you won't know when, but it's coming. Frequency? Oh, I don't know. Try 365 days a year, every year, per infinitum, every nanosecond divided by negative x, but only when x stands for the negative square root of negative zero. I mean, me too. But seriously, at this point, Hillman's next job will probably be managing a controlled demolition site, except the only thing she'll be destroying is hope. Oh, wait. I mean, Hillman's strategy isn't even the art of war. It's more like the art of making sure no one has a job by 2025. What next? Do we find out she's sold off the Mona Lisa for a free parking spot? Maybe the next military maneuver is just her eliminating student debt by making sure no one has a degree at all. I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure that strategic bombing is supposed to take out, like, military targets. I don't know, a real threat. Not the Bethavakian rejects, myself included, from the San Francisco Girls Chorus. I mean, that's like... Bruh, that's like putting Vin Diesel in charge of the DMV. Everything's gonna get destroyed, but it's gonna happen fast. This is what happens when your college president has a military background and you forget to read the cautionary tales clause before hiring. That's supposed to be for war, not for literally warping the very identity of a historic, goddamn beloved, globally impactful feminist institution. I guess I see the confusion, though. Did you know they're almost the same word? I mean... Let me be clear. Beth Hillman, trained in military tactics, thought, you know what? The next logical step in my career is to dismantle a college. There is nothing strategic about actively undermining such an influential institution, cutting beloved programs, and then making it ripe for acquisition. It's like setting up an elaborate game of Jenga. And then pretending the blocks weren't already removed from the bottom right before the tower comes crashing down. Unless it was indeed strategic. While Mills College faced an existential crisis, another institution was grappling with similar issues. Hampshire College in Massachusetts. Much like Mills, the attempt to acquire Hampshire College, but no, god fucking damn it. Much like Mills, the attempt to acquire Hampshire College by the University of Massachusetts sparked a movement among students, faculty, and alumni. The difference? Hampshire's community successfully rallied in defense of the college's unique identity and mission. Hampshire students, faculty, and alumni feared justifiably that corporate interests would prioritize profit over the values that had long defined their educational experience. Sorry. Capitalism just nut punched me in the face again.